the Vice President of PR and Marketing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of excitement around what we're doing. Obviously, Fallout 4 coming out this year has got a lot of people talking, but feeling very good about where we are with Doom, and interest in folks wanting to know more about Dishonored 2. We just had the trailer and haven't talked about that, and very pleased with how Elder Scrolls Online has done on console for us this year. So yeah, and even with Wolfenstein and Evil Within last year, like I feel like we continue to get sort of better and better at what it is we do. I think so. It's definitely kind of over-the-top, bloody, violent, fighting back the relentless onslaughts of demons, but that's what Doom is supposed to be about. This kind of fast, visceral combat, really cool weapons, and fighting big, imposing demons. We want you to feel like a fast, improvisational killing machine. And that all of that sort of speed of combat translates to the multiplayer as well, where you've got arena-style combat that's, again, very fast and fluid and quick, and the response so far has been great. Well, obviously, as you saw in the trailer, one of the big additions is that you can now choose to play either as Corvo Attano from the original Dishonored, or Emily Kaldwin, who is the now Empress of the world since her mother was assassinated in the original Dishonored. And you get a point roughly 30 minutes into the game where you choose which character you want to play as for the rest of the game. They have a completely unique set of powers and abilities, so playing as one character you're going to be able to do things that the other character doesn't have those abilities. It's still a game about player choice and system-based gameplay, so it's unscripted, and it's designed to allow the player to kind of figure out how they want to move through the world. And we're going to be talking more about what that means and what the new setting means for players. A big part of the game takes place now in Karnaca, which is to the south of Dunwall. But if you enjoyed Dishonored, there's a ton to love in Dishonored 2, and if you haven't played Dishonored, for whatever reason, I think we're bringing a lot of new things and adding a lot of things to the game that are going to bring a lot of new fans to the series. I mean, I think we thought it would be popular and would do well. I don't know if we knew it would be this popular or successful, and certainly great to see how many people have enjoyed it. We're very excited about getting it out to Android users next week. Been working hard on getting that ready to go for a whole host of devices. So and it's coming with an update as well, with some new features in it. So we're going to continue to support that game. We have a lot of ideas for things that we want to do down the road, whether it's for the rest of this year or into next year. But yeah, we're pleased how well it's done, and that everybody's enjoyed it as much as they have, and want to keep supporting it and bringing new things for folks to do in the game. There's probably a mobile game of some kind that'll work. Obviously, we announced the Elder Scrolls Legends for PC and Mac and tablets, and pretty excited about how that's coming together. As a free-to-play card game for iPad. As far as other franchises, we've been looking at the mobile space for a while, and if we find an idea that we think is a particularly good fit for mobile games, or for something like whether it's the Elder Scrolls or any other franchise, it's something that we'll look at. But it's also the case where we don't want to say, well, it worked for Fallout, so now like every game has to have a mobile free-to-play game. It needs to be the right fit, the right idea, and the right team to make it happen. The part where we get it out and get it to everybody, so they'll stop saying how much they can't wait or they want more gameplay. Like, here's the game, see as much gameplay as you want now, go play it. So that's the most exciting for me. it's pretty amazing. We have some pretty great fans, and the excitement and enthusiasm for Fallout 4 is up there with, you know, the most fervor I've seen around anything, certainly since Skyrim, which had a pretty big, loud, enthusiastic fan base, and Fallout 4 is every bit as loud and passionate as enthusiastic. So yeah, it's, you know, to my previous comment, I'm looking forward to getting all of those people the game so they can play it and enjoy it for themselves. I mean, we asked everybody not to talk about it, and they complied. Like, I'm not sure, there's not like a magic formula. Obviously, we're a private company, so it's a little bit easier for us to keep things closer to the vest. Bethesda is kind of known for holding cards a little bit closer to the chest anyway, and in the case of this, you know, certainly none of the developers want to have information come out about the thing that they've been working so hard on to kind of spoil the way in which it gets revealed or shown. You know, even my boys were telling me that their friends were always bugging them or asking them, and like, I wouldn't even tell my kids anything about what Bethesda Game Studios was making, or tell them for sure, like, oh yeah, they're working on Fallout 4. Like, I'm not gonna tell my kid and have him be the one that leaks the information he, Hines' kid, said at school. So you know, we all took pretty seriously the interest in what they were doing and the need to not talk about it until we were ready, and it paid off by catching a lot of folks by surprise, and glad that everybody's as excited as we are for the game to come out this year. It's not. You know, Todd gets a lot of credit, as he should, for being a pretty brilliant game designer, but you know, for the rest of us who work with him every day, he's just Todd, and you know, one of the things that I think he's pretty quick to point out is that it's not one person who's making this game, and there are a ton of incredibly talented, passionate people at that studio who are making that game happen. Designers, programmers, artists, animators, producers, QA, and you know, all of them I think have a huge stake, and can't have a game as big and as ambitious as Fallout 4 without a lot of people doing some really amazing work. And so it's worth taking the opportunity to point out, like, Todd gets a lot of credit, and maybe not even as much as he probably deserves, but the rest of that team also deserves a lot of credit for all of the work that they do, you know, sort of quietly working away and just doing their jobs and doing it really, really well.